Scooby-Doo, I wanna be like you. Scooby-Doo, I wanna walk like you, talk like you too.
What's up guys, Ghost Rider 8220025 here, bringing to the action figure review. This is kind of a wave overview, the Merciless wave. I could honestly spread this thing out for like 5 weeks, and so I can keep it the weekly schedule, which I am still going for. But I kind of want to do just like a one take, maybe some cuts here and there, but like basically a one take just overview, because I've modded, I think, every figure except for Robin and Merciless. We're gonna go over that. So we're gonna go from left to right, starting with the Robin. So Robin's accessories, he comes with his chain, and he has his card, which there's the bio for that. I'm gonna read it, pause it there. And this figure's actually really solid. I'm really happy with him. The color on him is solid, the paint, the sculpt, all that. I'm really happy with it personally. Only issues I have with him is he doesn't really stand up very well. This leg is really loose on mine, while this one isn't. I'm not sure why that is, and the leg articulation is very limited. We'll go over that. We'll go articulation to the guy. But yeah, I got the screaming head variation, so yours will vary. I think it's screaming, smiling, kind of laughing, but I'm really happy with this one. But yeah, I haven't really done any mods to this guy, so yeah. So I mean, there's not much to talk about paint and detail. I mean, the head sculpt's solid. I like it. Body, all good. Everything's sick. Do have paint on my hands. Ignore that. Yeah, we're gonna go articulation. So Robin looks up all of the way, basically. Doesn't really look down a ton, mainly because of this thing in the way. You might be able to fix that. He can go side to side, neck pivot. Arms will move outward that far, down that far, all the way around. He has a bicep swivel, single joint elbows that bend in like that. Wrist rotation, also has a ball joint in there, if you can see that, so it's kind of hard to tell where it is some points, but just be careful, don't just force stuff. Ab articulation is actually really perfect. He crunches forward all of the way, which is really impressive. It's soft, good, soft, pliable. Torso, he can go back a lot too. He can, of course, swivel, and he can go a little side to side. Leg articulation is, again, very limited. He only kicks forward about that much, backwards about that much. Upper thigh, he only goes outward that much too, but comes back. Upper thigh cut, single joint knees, basic Mcfarlane ankle articulation. There's nothing really too inventive or innovative there. He can have trouble standing sometimes. I don't think I have a Mcfarlane figure stand next to me. Do I have one behind me? Oh yeah, here's one. So yeah, I think the Mcfarlane stand is actually really necessary for this guy, because I personally cannot get mine to stand very well all the time. But yeah. So moving him right there, let's go into the Batman Who Laughs, which is very top heavy. That's why I have him on here. I mean, he can technically stand without that. It's just a lot of messing with. So yeah. Looking at him, I really do like this guy a lot. The head sculpt's really solid. It's very different from the old one, which is just like a smirking head. This one's a laughing one. The body is relatively different, actually. The only things I think I'll reuse on this guy are the arms, possibly, and the lower body part. Yeah, paint and sculpt on this guy is really solid. You see the, what's his name? I forgot to go over the card. There's the card. The Sky Tyrant. There's the body right there. Again, read it, pause it there. The Sky Tyrant harness is actually really sick, and these do come off. So, like, if you wanted him without it, you can do that. But I have mine like that. And, like, come on, like that. So, oh, Merciless is about to fall over. Oops. But, yeah. So, mods did with this guy, it wasn't anything too crazy. I just had thigh cuts, which you can't really see right now. Let me just show you. I had a thigh cuts just because it makes posing them a lot more fun, which I usually do with most of my figures. Sometimes I just don't do it because I don't feel like it's necessary, like with Batman. But yeah, so the articulation on him, he looks up about that much, down, not really any. He can kind of go side to side. He has pretty good neck pivot. This collar thing will get in the way though, so be careful of that. Wings hinge in and out, rotates a ball joint back there, so nothing too crazy. And then it hinge out basically all of the way. I don't know why you do it like that. Mostly just goes it like that. Hinge out, get them all spread out and stuff like that. Ab crunch, he can go forward about, let's see how forward this man can get. All of the way, basically. That's really impressive, actually. Back all the way. Can go kind of side to side, but nothing crazy. Waist swivel. Arms move outward that much, down that much, forward, backwards. Kind of a butterfly joint in there. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Wrist swivel, and basic wrist articulation for McFarlane figures. Legs kick forward about that much. Back about that much. Great spread. Original one again didn't have thigh cuts, so it really didn't move a ton, but with mine, added thigh cuts, so be leery of that. Double jointed knees like that. Ankles move down, up, ankle pivot, and articulation. So yeah, there's Sky Tyrant. Again, I'll show more pictures of him when he's like in like some flying poses later. Getting this thing so he doesn't fall over in the middle of the review. And we're gonna go Merciless last because he's the Build-A-Figure, so I don't understand why we wouldn't. So going over here, putting him there, putting him there. Come on, both of y'all gotta stand up. There we go. Going Superman. This is probably aesthetic-wise and just quality and just overall figure-wise is the best. Personal favorite's Batman, just because I really like that Batman. The Merciless is cool, but like overall figure-wise, this guy's definitely the best. Paint and sculpt is pretty solid. It's an all-new Superman sculpt, which I like a lot more than the old one. So yeah, paint. You got the Jokerized head. I keep forgetting to go over the card. Here it is right here. Card there. Back of the card, there's a bio. When we pause it there. So yeah. Everything seems to be very normal in here. Tattered Cape, which I really do like on this guy. Didn't like on the Batman. That's why he has a cloth one over here. But yeah, I'll paint. Everything looks cool. This isn't like a regular blue. It looks more like purple. People keep saying, oh, it looks good for a classic one, which the body mold, yes. But this by itself isn't really going to work because of all the purple kind of thing on there. But yeah, Sculpt's really solid. I really like this mold. Articulation. Head articulation didn't mod at all. Only modded 2 places on here. So now he looks up. Wait, not now. He always looked up about that much. Downward. About that much at most. Can go side to side and a bit of neck pivot. Butterfly joints. Well, kind of a ball joint in there. That goes out that far. Downward that much. All the way around. The bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Wrists go in, out. Kind of all of that movement. He can crunch forward. He originally couldn't really crunch for it all. I'd be about like that much, the best you can get. I added some, like I got an X-Acto knife and cut some indent in there so I can crunch forward about that much, backwards that much, swivel right there, side to side. Leg articulation, kicks forward about that much, probably a little more than that, backwards about that much, out all the way. Again, normally these are just regular pieces. I added thigh cuts, so you kick out, you can actually get more of a kick and more just action poses with thigh cuts. I really suggest you add thigh cuts in your figures. Go watch my tutorial if you want to. I think it's pretty helpful. Just how I always do it. I had a thigh cut I did. Double jointed knee, ankle move down, up, ankle pivot, and toe articulation. Almost forgot to go over that he does have these kind of grippy split out hands. Okay, so putting him back on the stand like that. We'll just leave him like this, looking kind of funky. So going to my personal favorite of the setup, except for the Batman Who Laughs. The Batman Who Laughs is great. Is this Batman? He is very different. He does not have his regular cape anymore. I get my cloth one that I had laying around because I like it a lot more because we might definitive Batman from now on. So the head sculpt, I didn't care for it when I first saw the promotional images. Get some more light on this. I didn't really like it at first when I first saw it, but now I really do like it. The side view isn't the best, but honestly, I really do enjoy this. Thing with the head sculpt is the neck and head are all one solid piece. So, like, there's no head swaps you can really do with this guy, unless you like want to cut or something like that. That would be an option too. Sculpt, again, all new sculpt. You can see where I tried to add thigh cuts and I did mess it up, so I just glued it back on there. So again, I do make mistakes, obviously, because I'm a human being. But yeah. Yeah. Sculpt's pretty nice. The axes he comes with are really nice. They have a lot of battle damage on there. Back of the figure isn't anything too exciting. Again, you can see where I cut the cape off. Just basic kind of paint. Nothing. No paint mishaps in this guy at all. Really happy with it. So let's go articulation. So the head, problem with that. He only looks up about that much, which is very unfortunate. I don't like that at all. He will look down all the way, though. He can go side to side, and he has great neck pivot. Again, ball joint in the shoulder that can go all the way around like that. Go outward that much, downward that much, all the way around. He has a bicep swivel. Oop, can't remember. Almost fell over. Double jointed elbows, wrist rotation, all that stuff. The McFarlane, but it is kind of hindered, so you have to work with it. Ab crunch. It only goes forward about that much. Backwards all of the way though. You can go side to side and rotate right there. Legs kick forward about that much. Backwards about that much. Again, this thigh cut didn't really. I tried to add one, but it didn't work out. Double jointed knees. Ankles move down, up, and ankle pivot and toe articulation. So now that we've gone over the final singular release of this wave, we're gonna go over the Build-A-Figure himself. So, going into Merciless, a few issues with this guy. Hold on, I need to raise the camera a bit. I think it's actually fine. A few issues with this guy. Moving him, articulating him can be a bit of trouble. I'm trying to just rotate the camera up a bit, not knock it over, because here we go. So articulating him and posing can be a bit of a struggle because he's limited in some areas, but we'll go over that in a minute. So paint and sculpt, really nice. It's like marble, metallic kind of blue paint. The Wonder Woman Batman symbol is really nice right there. Sword, gold stuff. Yeah, I really do like the paint on this guy. I'm really impressed with it. Yeah, painting this guy is actually really nice. So looking at the head sculpt again, the paint on this guy overall is really cool. Sculpt also really good, but articulation is where he can lack in some areas. So looking up, he only looks up about that much, which is pretty good. Down about that much, he can swivel and go side to side with his head. These are on ball joints. So ooh, yeah, there you go. Some stuff fell over. Ignore that. So these are on ball joints. So arms can go outward all the way without a problem. Downward, forward, backwards. Ball joint issues most people are probably gonna have this guy is he has crap, they're really tight. Come on. Single joint elbows. Only been in about that much, which I don't like at all. I think I don't know what else they could have done. I feel like anything else, they couldn't really do anything with that. But they could have easily added a bicep swivel there, but they didn't. But it does swivel right here, so I guess that's something. Going into ab articulation, he crunches forward about that much, backwards about that much, side to side, can swivel right there. Legs kick forward about that much, back about that much. There's a slight swivel right there, but it's basically only because it's a separate piece. Knees has been at like a 90 degrees and can swivel like that. Ankles move down, up. Not really any swivel there. It can pivot and have toe articulation. So I'm not gonna do size comparisons because I think you're pretty understanding of what the size of these characters are, because most of them are pretty much one of them is basically reused, but McFarlane has some iffy scaling sometimes, but I think personally these scale great together. Superman is a little bit small. Come on, stand up. Come on. I'm just gonna ramble. This is not a very common collected video. Just figured do a one take, make this easy to publish, and get back to filming the film. So yeah, Superman is a bit small. Come on, I'm about to give up on this. Superman is kind of a bit small, but I mean, like, that isn't too much of an issue because, like, he's a pretty solid figure articulation. He's definitely my favorite aesthetic wise, just like figure by itself wise. I had a lot more fun with him. Batman is probably just my favorite overall, just because I really just like the look of this Batman. If I'm gonna have to like rank from least to favorite to favorite, actually we'll do that right now, because why not? So least favorite probably is that Robin. Yeah, the Robin. Wow, he is a pretty cool figure. He doesn't stand up very well, so that's kind of iffy, in my opinion. Batman Who Laughs is gonna go next because I mean I like the figure a lot. It's just I already have one, so if I couldn't get him, man, these stands are not working with me on this camera. But yeah, if I had not get one, it'd probably be him because I already have one. I'm really happy with. Next, I'm probably gonna go with Merciless. This is ended up being exactly like the setup I had. Merciless, Superman, the Batman. So this is again just my ranking of the wave, in my opinion. So yeah, I think this wave is really solid. as their first Build-A-Figure wave. I think they did really good. They still have some stuff to learn with articulation and stuff like that, but I think they're doing really good so far. I hope you guys liked this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and catch you guys next time. Peace.